meeting the
awesome.
Gus dancers this morning and doing it in style.
Thriller and the robot. It's a
love
combo
it.
I never thought I'd see.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I've always wanted to learn that choreography over the years.
I bet you could do it.
I bet you can do it. You need a little
Awesome.
practice, but they look so great. We want to thank the Gus dancers for joining us here on the Fox 32 Plaza for Orange Friday.
I was just going to wear the jacket, but then our sports producer, Joe, today said, didn't you start wearing the jersey when the winning streak started? So I said, I got to wear the jersey and the jacket.
Yes,
don't
good
break
luck.
the streak.
Yeah, no. We don't want to break this streak we got going here. Yes, Bears back in action this Sunday. They are traveling to our nation's capital, everybody, take on the Commanders. This is a huge game for many reasons, one of them being the possible, and I do stress the word possible, matchup between these top two picks and these QBs. Lou, what is the outlook for Jaden Daniels this weekend?
I actually don't think it's going to happen. And I think Washington head coach Dan Quinn warned us all that it wasn't going to happen last week when he was injured because he said it's a week-to-week injury. Now, the latest is he hasn't practiced all week.
He might today.
That he will give it a shot today, but it's his ribs, Mike. And this guy loves to run with the football. Only Lamar Jackson's run for more yards than Jaden Daniels. He's rushed for almost 400 yards through 7 games for Washington, and his throwing numbers are off the charts. Yep. It's going to affect the way he plays the game. Frankly, I don't care because I know he's not going to be 100%. And whether it's Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota, who actually feels real comfortable in this Washington offense.
He's similar against the Bears, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and it's an offense that he played in at Oregon. It's going to be a tough battle, but this is where, hey, listen, folks, I have been telling you since last offseason, this Bears defense ain't no joke. It is one of football's best. Right now, 4th in the league in points allowed. I don't care if Johnny Unitas, Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, come on back, Aaron. This Bears defense is one of the best in football, and I think they'll be the difference in this game.
Both of these teams has yet to win against a team with a winning record. What do we expect here in terms of matchups? I agree with you. I think the Bears defense is going to overwhelm that high-powered Washington offense. Is that what we're going to see on Sunday afternoon?
I think that will be a huge factor. I also believe that Washington, while does get to the quarterback at a pretty consistent rate, if they don't, and they're bringing the house to try to get to the quarterback, and remember, Caleb Williams is able to get away from defenders, their secondary's garbage. And it's as bad as Jacksonville's and Carolina's. And we saw what Caleb Williams did in the last 2 games.
Lit it up.
Shane Waldron, offensive coordinator, I want to give him some love here because you usually get an offensive coordinator and an assistant coach who can change his offensive philosophy. Matt Eberflus told him to sit down with his players on offense, listen to their gripes when they went through the 1 and 2 start. He did. He changed the way he's running the offense, and look what's happened. The Bears are averaging over 30 a game over the last 3. I think that the Bears have a big day on Sunday, and I'm taking the Bears. If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, Anthony Ponce, if I thought the Bears were going to win this game, I would have said no. The way they've played the last 3 weeks, albeit against teams that are not playing well in the NFL.
Div 2.
I like the Bears to win 28-20 on the road at Washington. They're feeling the pressure of the rest of the NFC North as well. Minnesota loses yesterday. Green Bay, still
Detroit.
5 wins. Detroit, look what they're doing without Aiden Hutchinson. Bears know they have to win. They're the only team in the division without 5 wins.
They smoked them last year. DJ Moore had a heck of a game, I think.
And remember, DJ Moore is going back. He played his college football at Maryland.
All right. I hope you're right, Lou.
I hope so,
I'm
too.
psyched for this
makes
game.
my life so much easier, Anthony.
Oh, my. This brisket looks unbelievable. This is Tim Catini. He is our master griller from Bub City, pairing up with our tailgate partners, Weber Grill, on this Orange Friday. Tim, what is your secret, sir?
Slow and low. It's the name of the game. You develop the flavors, you season the meat, you let it rest for a little while, let it really develop a little bit, and then you get it going on the grill with some nice chips. Constantly basting it, rubbing it, mopping it, spraying it. Like we were doing the ribs earlier, you get that going, nice indirect heat. get the wood chips going. Every 30 minutes, you open it up, you give it a little spritz with the apple cider, give it a nice brushing with the glaze after about an hour, hour and a half, and then just keep building those layers of the glaze so you get that nice lacquered finish on the outside of it.
Labor intensive, but
It
worth it.
is,
But
right.
worth it.
A lot of time. What about the brisket here? What do you do for that?
So for our brisket here at Bub City, what we do is we take and we'll actually put a salt and pepper rub on the brisket. We'll let it rest for a little while, a couple hours, to really let the salt kind of penetrate into the meat. And then we'll get it going, smoking in the smoker, fat side up, so it kind of renders down and bastes the meat as it goes. And then we'll take it after about 14 to 18 hours, depending on the size of it.
That is labor intensive. You said
And we never do it by temp, it's always by feel. That's the tough thing with barbecue is you want to cook it till you get like that nice tenderness, you just kind of feel it. And then we'll take it out, let it kind of rest down to about 140 degrees. We'll put like kind of like grandma used to do, folding over to foil, set it in there, fold it, crimp it on the edges.
My grandmother never did that. Did yours?
Well, grandma didn't want to have to wash the pan at the end of the day, You save
right.
yourself a little step. But you do that, and then it lets the crust stay over the top. You get that nice bark going on. You don't want to, leave it wrapped up and let it steam. You want to let it that nice crispness you get to the brisket.
Unbelievable.
You really
And
want to
the
accentuate it.
wings too. Can we talk about those? How are we doing those?
So we have our Bub City wings, and for our smoked wings, what we do in house is we get the wings in, and then we'll put them in a wet brine. We'll let it sit in the wet brine for 24 hours. We take it out, and then we'll lay them out on a rack for 24 hours and let it develop that kind of tackiness. And then we'll put our signature meat rub on there, and then we'll smoke them for about an hour and a half. We get that smoker puffing real hard, so you get that nice heavy smoke on it.
I put mine in the air fryer. Do you ever do that, Tim? Or,
Well, I will do that when I get them home, and maybe if I'm eating them the next day.
Yeah.
Air fryer is a great way to re-crispin them up, whether you're getting our crispy wings, our award-winning crispy wings, or our signature smoked wings.
Take us through this right here.
So this is our ribs. We get that nice indirect heat going. When we're doing it in the smoker, it's a lot easier, but when you're doing it at home on a Weber grill, you get that indirect heat, the coals on the side, and you kind of set your ribs up in the middle. You get your seasoning on it, let it rest for a while, get it going in the smoker with the chips, a nice heavy puff. And then every 30 minutes, I'm opening it up, spritzing it with a little apple cider mix we do, and then
What
we'll
else is in that
glaze
mix?
it.
Because I noticed you spraying that down.
So
It's
we
apple
do
cider, what
apple
else?
cider, a little bit of Dijon mustard, a little bit of oil, and then a little bit of apple cider vinegar mixed in there.
And I understand also people don't want to make this on their own because who's got 24 hours to wait by the store? They can pick stuff up
Bub
from you
City's
guys,
got your
right?
back.
Okay.
If you go to bub-city.com. You can open up our Rosemont or our Chicago location. We have catering available last minute. We're offering a game day platter right now to really simplify things for you. So you don't have to go through and be like, oh, well, so-and-so likes this, they don't like this.
Right.
You know what? Let us take the guesswork out of it for you. You're going to get brisket, you're going to get pork, you're going to get ribs, you're going to get smoked wings, you're going to get mac and cheese, you're going to get nachos. All of it kind of pre-packed, ready to go, for the nice, easy price of $135.
That is awesome. You get all this stuff. Bub City, just a Chicago staple. Love what you guys do over there.
Absolutely.
Tim, you're the man. I
And don't
cannot wait
forget,
to.
Thanksgiving, this is right around the corner. We'll be doing our signature turkey packages and Thanksgiving packages as well.
I've
Take
got
the guesswork out of
another
that, too.
question
Oh, go
before
ahead.
we go.
Sorry.
Okay, because our Insta poll, we're asking people what their favorite city/state is for barbecue, and you mentioned your Chicago-style barbecue. Tim, what does that involve? Is it more vinegary? Is it sweet? What is Chicago-style barbecue to you?
To me, it's a little bit more sweetness. Okay, and then you get that nice char on the outside. Because everyone wants to talk about like, oh, Chicago-style baby back ribs. So you think about it like back in the day, you get like the old school places, Bones, Elwood's, RJ Grunts. What we do, that nice smoke on there, and then you get that glaze, and then you get that char. So you get that like kind of like blackened look to the ribs on the outside.
That's Chicago style. We were wondering because I
Yeah.
put my vote toward Kansas City. I don't know. Does that make me not loyal? But there's just
Kansas
a lot
City's good.
It's good.
We do our Windy City Smokeout. We bring all the pit masters from around the country in.
Right.
We're going to be doing one in Texas in May, as well as our signature one here in Chicago in July. So if you get the opportunity, come out and join us and check out all the barbecue offerings we're going to have available for everybody
Tim,
from around the
you've-
country.
You've whet our appetite, and have you carved a pumpkin yet this year, Tim, at your
That's
house?
this weekend.
Okay.
My son's
Okay.
having a sleepover. We're going to carve up some pumpkins, have a good time.
Good morning, Chicago.
It's a good thing you are familiar with improv comedy.
I'm vaguely.
Those were the Gus dancers, and they are.
Give it up for the Gus
rocking it.
dancers,
Yes,
Chicago.
indeed.
Everybody, yes.
Joined now by Alex Moffat. You may recognize him from SNL.
You
You may
might.
recognize him from being on The Bear. And you got your start right here in Chicago. You're a Chicago. Is everything okay?
He's
Alex?
giving me the something about. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we okay? Is
Yes,
it
yes.
off? Can you hear me?
We're good. We are good.
Can you hear me out in Schaumburg?
Alex Moffat, welcome to Orange Friday. We appreciate, and you're back home in your hometown. Love the
Hell
jacket.
yeah, thank
What
you.
brings you back to town?
Funny you should ask. That you guys really keep me on my toes here with what camera you're picking. I'm doing some stand-up this weekend in Batavia.
Okay. What do
Not
people
what you
need
thought
to know?
I'd say. The Comedy Vault. It used to be a bank. Now you can just go there and chuckle your buns off. We'll tickle your ribs for the low price of. I think tickets are like $1.50 or something. No, I don't quote me on that. But yeah, out in Batavia, Illinois, if you can.
Yeah.
Take the westbound Rockford
Metro,
train.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What's it like being able to come back? I mean, you're an SNL alum. You were on that show
Sure
for, what,
am.
5-6 years?
I thought you were going to say 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, there he is. Look at that guy.
Yes, Weekend Update, rocking it. And to be able to come, you grew up in the northern suburbs. It's like
Yes.
coming back to town to
I
perform.
love it. All my family's here. I got 3 older sisters, and they're vying for my time. Mm-hmm. Nieces, nephews, my in-laws are here. All my pals. So it's great. I come back. I crashed at one of my sister's places and did a show last night to some very, very delighted Batavians, and now I get to be out in this wonderful plaza on Michigan Avenue with you.
What is on your agenda while you're in town? Do you have any go-to spots that you just gotta hit?
Do I ever? I always go and eat, in the every meal I eat is in the Signature Room in the Hancock.
There you go.
I'm kidding. I love
the recently shut down Signature.
For real?
Yeah. It was a dramatic fashion. It was very sudden.
What happened?
Very sudden. Well, that's another conversation.
No,
But
it's
yes,
this one.
The employees got laid off very, very, very suddenly.
Ooh,
Signature
bad
Room.
form, John
Speaking
Hancock.
of Chicago, Alex,
Anyway,
you're
to
rolling
answer
the
your
bear.
question, Walker Brothers Pancake
Oh,
House
yes.
Winnetka Homers for all your most delicious ass cream you could ever lick. Let's see, what else? I love Pequods and Lou Malnati's. We got a Pequods, man. I love that Weber Grill. My
So
first
good.
job out of college, I worked at Laughlin Constable, which is an ad agency based in Milwaukee. And the HR lady, my first day of work, came into town from Milwaukee, Joyce O'Brien. Hi, Joyce. And she took me to the Weber Grill. She did not take me to the Weber Grill when I got fired from that job, but still, we'll always have that.
You played a role in The Bear. What was that experience like? There's so much buzz around that show right now.
Yeah, it's a buzzword. It's a water cooler show, isn't it?
yeah.
I had a blast. I played. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything, but I will. In the season finale, I get caught for smoking some meth in the alley. So there's spoiler alert, but it's been out for over a year. If you haven't seen it at this point, that's on you.
We are going to go through the specifics of your comedy show in just a moment,
as
but
well.
in the meantime, what other projects you got cooking right now? What can we expect from Alex Moffat in the near future?
Well, mainly Batavia stand-up.
Okay.
They told me doing this show would move at least 3 to 4 tickets for
Perfect.
tonight's show and tomorrow's show. So let's spread those out over the next 4. I have 2 tonight and 2 tomorrow night. So get your ticks now. It's online. Google it. The Comedy Vault in Batavia. Axel Moffat.
Okay,
Headlining.
perfect.
Oh, it's also their 3-year anniversary weekend.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And then
Perfect.
other than that, I'm doing theater in New York, where I live now.
Okay.
And it's called Big Gay Jamboree. You should come. It's fun.
If we're ever in New York, you can count me in. Alex Moffat, great to have you back.
What a great security person, because they hide me entirely, invited me to be part of the Sen High School Bulldogs. Great school, great team, and we've got one of those great teams with us, the volleyball team. Julia McGuire is one of the players. Tell me about your season.
Our season has been pretty good so far. We got 5th in the conference, and this coming Monday, we're going to play our first game of regionals against Von Steuben.
Good luck to you.
Thank
What do you like about Sen High School?
Sen is a very diverse community. Everyone's very well-rounded. They're very helpful. They'll always ask to lend a hand. And yeah, everyone's always there for each other.
Good job. Ms. Stakers, you have one of the most diverse enrollments in CPS.
We
is that
do.
right?
Over 60 languages spoken here, and we always say one thing that I love about Sun is there is a space and a place for everyone to fit in and feel included and be a part of something, whether it's on the court or off the court.
A big school, big in school spirit too.
Big school, big spirit, and big heart here. I couldn't ask for anything better than the students and staff that we have.
You've been highlighting all of your fall sports. Everyone seems really into it.
They really are. They love it so much. Sometimes they never want to leave us at night. They are that dedicated to not only being great on and off the field, on and off the court, but in the classroom as well.
So great. Well, you do have a beautiful school, and this is one of the first football programs for girls flag football. You're one of the originals.
Say that one more time. I'm so sorry.
The original flag football.
This is our 4th year as a program. Haven Shed is one of my original 4-year players. She's a freshman quarterback. Came out, played all 4 years as that quarterback. She's my go-to girl. Right now, we're actually going to run a quick play for you guys.
What? Oh, gosh, a quick play. I'd love to see it because, you know, experience counts.
Absolutely. Let me call the play for you real quick.
I think they call this the fake pass. They gave it a name. It's the Dakers Sweep Hudson Boys jersey.
This is great!
You're number one with us.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't even imagine why.
Making a sense to high school and the Bulldogs. Class of 2025.
We are only a few days away from Halloween, and I bet that you experimented with pumpkin carving at some point in your life. I know I did a little triangle eyes and a little crooked teeth thing. Well, Marc Solomon has taken the art, it is an art of pumpkin carving, to an all new level. Marc, thanks for joining us out here on the plaza this morning. And what's remarkable here is you've done all of this work in less than an hour.
About, yeah. I'm sorry, yes. It's taken me about an hour and a half.
All right, now you're not carving through the pumpkin. You're doing a technique that you'd call what?
Surface scraping.
Okay. And this preserves the pumpkin longer?
Yes, these pumpkins will last 2 to 3 weeks. Whereas once you cut it open, if you get a week in this weather, it's pretty good. Especially it's been so warm lately.
Right, exactly. Now, how did you get started in pumpkin carving? You told me earlier it's your wife's fault.
Yes, it is. She bought me one of those Pumpkin Masters books that you can find at like Walgreens and CVS and places like that. They still sell them. It's pretty much the same kit. Patterns have changed over the years. And we started with little projects each year and worked our way up. And after like 10 years, a local zoo noticed us and asked us to come in and paid me to carve pumpkins for them.
Paying is good.
Yes, pay. I am a professional.
He is a professional carver. And you mentioned the zoos. You have stuff, what, at Lincoln Park and Brookfield, or where are they now?
This year only Lincoln Park Zoo. I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay.
From 10 to 4, if I remember correctly. No, 10 to 2. And
unless I ask you to stay a couple extra hours.
If they ask, just, you know, sweeten the pot.
How do you pick the pumpkins that you're going to carve?
Well, I'm looking. This is an Atlantic Giant, which is one of my favorite.
That's my nickname back in high school.
We won't go there. It's grown for its size. This is a 146-pound pumpkin. It's grown for its smooth skin and its ease for carving. And so I look for a pumpkin that stands up. If I remember correctly, this one is upside down.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay.
Yeah, the stem's on the bottom because that's the way it stood the best. And so we're looking for pumpkins that I can make into a display of something.
And you start with a stencil, which is what's over here in your kit, and then you more or less attach it there and then draw through it, right?
Yes, that specific stencil comes from StoneyKins.com. He's one of my favorite suppliers for pumpkin stencils. And we blow it up to the size I need for the pumpkin that I'm using.
Do you ever do any like faces of famous people?
No.
I've seen that done. You know?
Last year I was asked to participate on a show, and they they wanted me to do the face of the host of the show and his sidekick, which was a tuna fish named.
A tuna fish. All right. Amazing. Well, hold on. Mark, tell us, is there a website where folks can get more information about what you do?
Yes, pumpkincarver.net.
Pumpkincarver.net. This is fantastic. Outstanding work there. And we appreciate you spending some time out here with us. And keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
There is a ton going on this weekend, and it seems like the weather is going to cooperate nicely. It's brightening up out here.
This is going to be a great Halloween. It's shaping up to be. Stephen Crano is the manager of corporate communications with Choose Chicago, and he's here to tell us about some of the best events going on this weekend. So good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So many things to do. Why don't we start with what's family friendly, because, of course, Halloween, a big hit with the kids.
Yeah, of course. So there's always so much going on in Chicago, especially around the holidays. One thing I'd like to point out, a great family-friendly activity, Night of 1,000 Jack-o'-lanterns at the Chicago Botanic Gardens. This is a great way to get in the Halloween spirit and really experience the beauty of this incredible park out in Glencoe. So it's not too far away. Tickets and more information is available at chicagobotanic.org.
It's such a great place. It's spectacular this time of year as well, with all the leaves changing in as well. All right, let's talk about what's happening here in the city. If people don't want to make the trek up to the northern burbs, what do they got going on here in Chicago?
So much going on, Anthony. So there's a ton of Halloween-themed pop-ups all over town. We don't have time to talk about all of them, of course, but you can find more information at choosechicago.com on everything going on. I'd like to give a shout-out to two things. First is Jack's Pumpkin Pop-Up. This is just up the river on Goose Island.
Yes.
This is Chicago's largest outdoor Halloween experience with over 2 acres of activities. You got a corn maze, you got axe throwing, you got so many, like food options. At night, there's live music, themed cocktails, all that good stuff. Another great pop-up, if you're a fan of the iconic show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Buffy the Slayer experience in River North is definitely for you. You gotta go check it out. It's really an immersion into the world of the show. Again, themed cocktails, plenty of amazing photo opportunities. So a must-see if you're a fan.
We've been enjoying their moves all morning long, and now it's time to learn more about the Gus dancers. I'm with Amy Giordano. How are you this morning?
I am absolutely wonderful. It is amazing to be here. We are having the best time.
They are so talented. Tell us about these dancers, where they come from, and how long they've been dancing.
My dancers are incredible. They are in high school, and they look like professional dancers performing Thriller. You'll be blown away by their full performance. They have been training, many of them, since they were very young. Gus has been around for 72 years, so they've been having lots of training. They love it. They do every style, but they will blow you away with this Thriller performance.
Amy, I've been telling you, I've been getting chills all morning seeing them on camera. You guys do such a great job. But you have a special show that's happening tomorrow, Gus's Spooktacular Show. Tell us about it.
Yes, it's in Andersonville, and you can go trick-or-treating beforehand, and then we perform at 3 o'clock. It's a free show. It's on Pierce Field. Pierce is a school in Andersonville, and it's a show for absolutely everyone. You will see these pre-professionals. The show ends with Thriller, but they also do other amazing dances, and we have little rising stars that are coming up. So you'll see 6- and 7-year-olds and junior high dancers, and it really it has become quite an event in Andersonville. So we can't wait to perform for everybody.
Okay, and we should have that website at the bottom of your screen. Okay, enough of us talking. Let's get to the dancing. We're going to step off here, and you guys can take it away.
Into zombies.
Okay, take it away, dancers.
Stop.
this was one of the best Orange Fridays yet, right?
I didn't want it to end. All good things must come to an end.
Oh, golly
though.
gee.
There
Taking
we
us home,
go.
the Gus dancers have the best weekend ever.